109 right now.
1 2 1 2. Let's talk about it. I've just gotten off the plane within the last, I want to say, within the hour. I got off the plane. I just returned from Costa Rica. And today is the 109th day of the year.
You're at 109 right now.
That sounds so far away, so distant.
You're at 109 right now.
A little bit better. Yeah, so I got off the plane from Costa Rica. I'm fresh off the plane. I'm back at home in my regular haunt, and the place is kind of a mess. But this is how I left it. Not too messy. Just it needs to be organized, a little better organized for the beginning of the week. I still have today and tomorrow. Man, about 6 hour flight or so, and I'm back. Let's see. It's the 109th day of the year of 2025. I had an amazing journey, an amazing trip through Costa Rica. And of course, my stories are all about how I did not know something and how something, how I learned something. And I didn't know that. I mean, okay, let me say it this way. I traveled to Costa Rica because this was my spring break. All right. I work for the Los Angeles Unified School District, so we have this 1 week break, and it's called spring break. I didn't know that it correlated with or coincided with the Easter holiday. I mean, I know that spring and Easter go hand in hand, but I didn't know that it was, well, I didn't know the religious implications outside of Los Angeles. So if the spring break is in place because of Easter, okay, that's fine. Then that means just Easter Sunday, and that's all that ever resonated with me. It's like, okay, Easter Sunday. You get a week off and then Sunday is Easter and there you have it. But then I'm not religious. So the other implications are throughout the whole week, there are activities for, churches, for religious, people to do and get into. And I'm not in that. I'm not doing that. I'm not in that routine. So, so what I did is I said, hey, I've got an opportunity to leave Los Angeles, see the world again. So what did I do? But I bought a plane ticket to Costa Rica. Unbeknownst to me, Costa Rica, as well as many, if not all other Latin American countries, that are, Roman Catholic influenced, right? Catholic, countries. Well, everyone was celebrating this week. You know, it's called Semana Santa, and it's kind of like Jesus's week. It's like it is leading up to Easter Sunday, and it's a big deal. So it didn't affect my travels, but when I did travel, I was only thinking, hey, I was thinking on one level, hey, I'm going to travel and it's going to be a great time, and I've got this time off from work. I get to step back from my routine to do something different, and then I walk into a whole tradition, and I'm dumbfounded, awestruck, like, oh my gosh, oh what's happening? So that's where this is, and then it's a confluence. So many different things coming. It's a convergence. So many things coming together. We've got today is April 19th. Now Easter's tomorrow, but today is April 19th, and I was told by my good buddy Jumani. All right, over a week or so ago, he told me, he said April 19th is the 109th day of the year. And to me, I'm like, okay, well, that's a little bit too nuanced, it's too much of a, what is it called? Tunnel vision, 109, 109, this, 109, that, you know, because my experiences with 109 have just been, me walking into 109 moments, really. Not searching for them, not looking for them. Now, I guess Jumani wasn't looking for them either. Jumani's got his own game plan worked out, and he's doing his thing. He's not concerned with 109, but it did dawn on him when he, I guess, looked at his phone. He explained that he saw a calendar, and the calendar said, out of 365 days, that day was the 109th day. And he said, "Oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna tell my buddy Larry," which he did. Which I ruminated on it for a moment. I was like, that's interesting, but it still hadn't clicked for me until today, when April 19th is the day. Not only It's not only the 109th day of the year, it's the day on which I returned from my travels to Costa Rica, which I just arrived, within the hour from. Which I think is interesting because when I planned it, I just figured I need to be back on a Saturday as opposed to a Sunday so I can get back into the groove. I can do the things that I need to do to get back into, where I need to be. Um, and that was the only consideration, the only reservation I had for scheduling my return flight. So after that, I'm getting a message. I got a message. All right, yeah. So after that, um, yeah, there was no thought about what other countries were doing on this day and what significance it could potentially mean and all this other type of yada 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 other kind of stuff. Now, beyond the number being 109th and the let me mention I'm watching a plane throughout from my window, from my bedroom window. I'm watching a plane cross in front of my window, and I was just minutes ago on an airplane, and I was looking out the window filming my flight home, and I filmed my home, my apartment. I was flying. I was like, there. I live right there. So I'm just like, I guess I'm just beside myself. This whole experience is just like, who, from different perspectives, seeing everything. Okay, but back to what I was saying. Like 109 doesn't really, hold any water, any weight. It's just, okay, it's the 109th day. So what? All right. Well, I'm on the shuttle bus minutes ago. After my arrival, I'm on the shuttle bus, and the shuttle bus takes you from, where you would normally get picked up after your arrival by family or a friend. Well, the shuttle takes you to the Uber Lyft lot where you coordinate with an Uber or a Lyft driver. All right. So I jumped on the shuttle bus. A few minutes later, we pulled up into the lot, got off the bus, ordered an Uber or a Lyft, and then I was matched with the Uber driver, and she brought me, back to my home. All right. Now, while I was on the shuttle, I was on the shuttle with people who don't live in Los Angeles for the most part. If they do live in Los Angeles, they didn't seem to. They seem to be fresh. They seem to be tourists. They seem to be, in their own worlds or whatever. And I could like sense it. There wasn't an LA California vibe. It was kind of a what's happening, what's going on vibe. This is different. This is new. I don't understand, what's happening type of vibe. That's what I was getting. And I was looking at them like, what? I'm comfortable. I'm the one who's comfortable. I'm at home. I don't know what's about y'all. But I don't know anything about those people I saw, but that was just the vibe that I seemed to receive. I felt that, right? But anywho, I heard two women near me and they were speaking Korean. And I was just like, oh, that's interesting. But I didn't play into it. I didn't buy into it. I just let it, you know, wash over me. All right, some Korean women are talking, whatever. But as we're riding the bus, I'm like, I've got my 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 stickers. I got my 109 stickers. I could be handing these out. I could be handing these out to people and letting them know, hey, today is the 109th day of the year. Like, I could do that. I could do that. So there they were, and they were the perfect people to do this with or to share this with. So we're on the bus. They're speaking Korean or whatever, and I go into my bag and I pull out a couple of stickers to hand them. Now, what's interesting about the stickers are it, it is the fact that these stickers look like California highway signs. All right. And so it's a very familiar image that they see in these stickers. It's a very familiar image, but it's not official. It's not an official image, but it is a very familiar image. So when they see it, it's not off putting. They're not going to say, oh my gosh, why is he handing me this? No. In fact, the fact that they're traveling to California and the fact that I'm handing them a sticker that says California on it, that immediately is going to make them perk up and say, "Oh, what's this?" So there's nothing offensive about it. It's just like, "Here you go." And then comes the next level where it's like, "Hey, today is the 109th day of the year." So there you go, 109th. It's 109th day of the year. Bam, we got that. We're done. We're done, okay? So we could end it there. The Korean ladies got the sticker. They're new in California. I told them it's the 109th day. Bam. Now, mind you, I told them in Korean. I told them in Korean. I spoke Korean to them. So they were like, wait a minute, what's going on here? So it was doubly important, impactful. They're like, hold up, you're speaking to us in Korean. They switched it up. They spoke English, so they spoke to me. They switched it up. But excuse me. So there's another plane going by. So I hand them the stickers, and they're already, ready to receive it. Like, oh, thank you. Okay. California. Okay. 109, 109th day. I'm like, okay. So then I go in for the kicker. I tell them, hey, um, what did I say? I said, today's the 109th day. I said, oh, and 10/9 is also a holiday. It's also a holiday in Korea. Hangulal, you know, the day of the Korean language, Korean alphabet. There it is. And then they thought of that. Oh, yes, right. That's true. Okay. Hey, he knows some things. So then they're just like curious, how do you speak Korean? How did you learn to speak Korean and what's going on and where did you live in Korea? And they were just a few questions that they were asking thereafter. But they received the sticker and they had a moment with me and I had a moment with them that was pleasant and interesting and not offensive and not, overbearing and just, aggressive. It was just like, interesting. Yeah, that's okay. I could take that and run with that. Cool. Or I could do nothing with it, but I still have that moment like, that was interesting. Wow. All right. So that's that. Um, yeah. So there were the Korean girls, the Korean women. Um, Now, if I backtrack and tell you, just before them, I was on the plane, and we got through the whole 6 hour flight. And just as we were leaving, my row mate, the kid who was sitting in the row next to me, nice kid, I handed him one of my stickers, and I said, "Here, it's the 109th day." And he looked at it and he said, "Oh, cool." There was a moment, a beat or two, and I thought about it. He was with his brother, but his brother was in a different row, and I thought, well, I don't want the kid to feel left out. So let me hand him another sticker to give to his brother. So I said, here, man, give this to a friend or to your sibling?" He said, "Yeah, I can give it to my brother." I said, "Right on, man." 109th day. He said, "Cool," and that was it. So there I was. I had two moments today where I was able to pass these stickers out, and man, it's pretty cool, pretty cool thing to be able to share that. Okay, but fast forward past the interaction with the Korean girls, and then I was waiting for the Uber. I was waiting for my Uber, and when I got to the lot, and I was waiting for the Uber, I noticed all of the other stickers that other people would put on there to promote their brands and whatever. And I was like, wow, I've seen this before. It's kind of like a sticker graveyard. And I thought, well, I don't really want to put my sticker there, but I guess I am going to do it. So I found a spot on the seat on the bench where I was sitting, and I quietly, clandestinely put the sticker on the bench. And then I jumped in the Uber and I made my way back home, and now I'm home right now. And today is the 109th day of the year. Thank you, Jumani, for letting me know I'm back. I'm back from Costa Rica. I'm going to get settled in, going to get refreshed. I really need to get my hair done. Really need to get it done. That's like the most pressing issue because on Sunday I can't get it done. I'm going to try to go in and see what's up. All right. That's IC 109. And I do have some other stories. Okay. Really quickly, I was in Costa Rica. This was yesterday. Okay, there was another plane ride I had to take from the little community where I stayed back to the big city. So I got back to the big city, and as I was about to leave the little terminal, the guys approached me and asked me if I needed a taxi, and I was like, no, I don't need a taxi. But I took a beat. I sat down, I grabbed my phone, and I searched for the address, searched for the location where I was headed, and I realized I didn't know where it was, didn't know if I could walk there, and so I doubled back. I changed my mind. I thought, man, I do need a taxi. But it was after a beat. There was a moment or two, a minute, or a few minutes that had passed between me saying no and me um, searching the address up on my phone. So then when I approached the guys, this time I approached them and I said, and there was one guy left. There were two guys there originally. One guy said, "Hey, you need a ride?" And I told him no. A beat later, I came back and I spoke with the other guy. I said, "Hey, man, I do need a ride actually." He's like, "All right, cool." I'm walking out to him. I'm walking out with him to the car, to the taxi. Lo and behold, you know what his taxi number license plate was? Wait. Mind you, we were passing other taxis on the way to get to that taxi. And I was staring at those license plates. I was wondering, is it coming? Is 109 coming? Is it coming? And here we go walking, and then he's like, "This is our taxi." And I'm like, I look at the taxi's license plate, and I'm like, "It sure is." Now, it wasn't 109, but it was 19. The license plate just read 19. And I was like, that's good enough. That's close enough. Jumani, whenever Jumani thinks of 109, he'll come back to me and tell me something about, 19, because that's a specific reference to his birthday. So I guess this episode is dedicated to Jumani because whether it's 19 or 109, and it has a particular resonance. 109 has a particular resonance with me, and 19 a resonance with him. It's still all good, and it's still one heck of a story. Because can you imagine? I was walking out of that place, and the guy said, "You need a ride." Now, if I had taken the ride from him, I don't know what that car number was. I didn't expect it, and the car number is a mundane detail. It doesn't even matter. But it's just the curious nature, the curious fact that, hey, I said no, I took a beat, I said yes, and there we were at 19 when I could have been at 42, 36, 493, whatever, whatever, you know? Whatever. Peace and blessings from IC 109. I'm out.
You're at 109 right now.